too long ago, there was a drug company called Purdue Pharma. They took a drug called oxycodone and they turned it into OxyContin. And within years, a few years, their profits were through the roof. And they did this through a series of very clever PR and marketing strategies, which we all know about and can find because there's books about it and there's TV shows about it and there's podcasts about it, right? Like you can exactly. We know. And one of the things that they did, one of the ways, was to convince doctors that this was a good drug against their better judgment, because we knew that you didn't give opioids for mild to moderate pain. We knew this, like we had been taught that from day one, but we were convinced otherwise. And the thing that scares me about this drug company is that they are behaving exactly the same way. Yeah. They are behaving in a way that drug companies are not exactly the most ethical. It's not the most ethical industry, right? Like, it's not like you're like, oh, drug company, like they like, no, okay, fine. But they are behaving in a way that I have never seen before. The amount of times they are lying and deceiving doctors in order to get us to prescribe this drug, the lies, the flat out lies they're telling us, like that's the bit that terrifies me the most. And it's like you can almost predict what they're going to do next because you just have to look back 20 years. And we know how that turned out. We are still feeling the effects of Oxy. In fact, in a way that maybe we don't think about, it's not just the people who are addicted, which of course the opioid addiction is a really massively big problem, but also going back to chronic pain and your patients with osteoarthritis. In the US, if you have arthritis of the knee, you get Tylenol, maybe some ibuprofen, and then you're like, okay, that's not working. What's next, doc? And they're like, well, that's it. We can't give you anything else because opioid crisis. And in the UK, where we didn't have an opioid crisis because Purdue Pharma didn't get here, they didn't manage to cross the ocean, where we never had Oxy. I never prescribed Oxy in my life. And we don't have the same issues that you have in North America. If you have osteoarthritis, you get Tylenol, and then you get ibuprofen. And if that doesn't work, then, maybe we'll switch you to naproxen. And if that doesn't work, we'll give you some codeine, we give you some Vicodin, because actually, guess what? These drugs have been around for a really long time and they do treat chronic pain. Right. But if you can't get pain relief now, that makes life even harder. So the consequences of one little drug company, one guy, really, in one drug company, one family, they changed the way that we practice medicine forever.